Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my records sound and look as great as possible. I will be showing you how I take care of my records. They receive what I call a spa treatment. They get a deep cleaning, a wet vac cleaning. They also, if there's a problem with the album covers, I will show you how I try to clean the album covers to make them look great. I will also show you the products I use to store my records, to protect them, and to make them look fantastic. And I will be showing a lot of products here in this video. None of them sponsor my channel. These are just products that I use and love. And so I'm just going to be showing how I take care of my records. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell. Let me show you the record that I've selected to do this demonstration on, just to show you how I clean records. It's one I found in the dollar bin. It's what I would call a diamond in the rough. It's dirty, but in good shape, just needs a little TLC. It's got a lot of dirt on it, some pretty dirty little ring wear throughout. But for the most part, the album cover doesn't look too bad. And it's a Chopin Polonaise by Brolowski. I hope I pronounced that okay. It is a Columbia Records release. It came in a plastic sleeve. And it is a 6i Columbia label on the Masterworks label. So it's a great sounding record, but it does have some clicks and pops right now. But I'm going to be using a deep cleaning vinyl vac on it. It's going to really make it sound nice, and I'm going to show you how I do that right now. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and get started cleaning with the vinyl vac. And first off, if you are not familiar with the vinyl vac, I will leave the website link below in the information. And if you look on my channel, I have done a really complete and thorough review of the vinyl vac in the past. Like I said, this company doesn't pay me. I'm not sponsored. They have given me free samples in exchange for doing reviews in the past. But this is a product that I really love to use. And there are cleaning machines out there that you can buy. And if you are someone who buys huge collections where we're talking about hundreds of records at a time, maybe a cleaning machine is what you would be wanting. But for me, with what I buy, I find I get a very deep, thorough cleaning with the vinyl vac, and I haven't had to pay the hundreds or thousands of dollars, I should say, on what a cleaning machine costs. So I'll go ahead and get started showing you just how the vinyl vac works. And there are parts you need. First off, this is like a cake platter that you can buy. Everything, all of these supplies are listed on Vinyl Vac's website, and just to help you get started. So let me go ahead and start by showing you how I would initially get the dust off of this record. This gets the superficial dust just by using this lint brush. So I've got the initial dust off, and you can use a spray bottle. I personally like using these little condiment type of bottles. I feel like I have more control over the liquid by not having spray on. Oh, and I've missed a step here. First off, you want to put this on here. It is a part that I got in the plumbing department. It will cover and protect your label. So that's something important to look into too. So I'm going to go ahead and put this alcohol-free vinyl vac cleaning product on my record. And then I take this brush, I get it in a painting supplies. When you go use for paint, it's like for paint trimming. The bristles on here are baby soft, and that's what you want. You never want anything harsh to touch your record. And I put a little bit of the cleaning product on it before I get started. And now I'm working it into the grooves, and I'm not putting any pressure on it. I am just allowing this brush to do the work for me. And I just rotate it and make sure that all of the liquid gets into these grooves really good. It is okay to get a record wet like this as long as you're going to remove the liquid really pretty soon. You don't want to leave any kind of liquid on a record for a long period of time, but a little while is okay. And so I let it soak in here a little bit. Just kind of move it around gently. Again, I'm not putting any pressure on the record. I'm just letting those soft bristles do the work for me. Okay, so now I have went around a few rotations, and now I am going to take this brush, again, from the paint supplies. You can go in and get this product. And I put it in distilled water that I buy at a store. So it's got some distilled water on it, and this is kind of how I rinse the cleaning product off here, just by taking it around again. So now that cleaning solution is getting rinsed with distilled water, hopefully pulling all of that grime out of the grooves. And now it's ready to use the vinyl vac. And you will need a shop vac like this. Well, this is the one I have, but most people probably have a shop vac at home. And I just put the vinyl vac wand on it. And like I said, all of the directions and everything you're going to need are on my video you can watch from a past video I've made, as well as the vinyl vac website. And then I just put this on here and vacuum it up. So here we go. And I do both sides like that, and you, by doing this and by using these steps, you will have a thoroughly cleaned record. Just a couple more things about when you are deep cleaning your records with the vinyl vac. After I have done cleaning, I do let my records stay out to dry just to be safe for quite a while after I've washed it. I just feel like it ensures that my record is completely dry. And also, the makers of Vinyl Vac and I have been working together for a long time. Like I said, I review the products, I've received free samples, but also because I really do love them and we're in communication from time to time. For my viewers, if you're interested in ordering from the Vinyl Vac, they do have a discount code. If you spend $19.97 or more, you can use code Melinda and get 10% off, which I think is really nice. So now I'm going to move on to how I clean an album cover. Now this album cover doesn't have any major rips. It's not in horrible condition. It just needs a little TLC. It's got some dirt right through here. And also some initials. There's a little bit of initials here. I'm going to see what I can do to make this look a little cleaner. With it being a white album cover, that's to my advantage. So what I like to try, especially with white album covers, and there's a ton of them, so there's a lot of opportunities to use this, I like to use the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. And I'm extremely careful. And I will say, if this is an expensive record, I wouldn't try it. I would leave deep cleaning a record to the professionals. There's professionals out there who can clean your record album covers for you. But you know what? For a record like this, it didn't cost me a lot of money, but I want to keep it, I just like every record to look as good as it can, every album cover to look as good as it can. I'm going to give this a try. So I like using this Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. I always use ones that are really, really clean. When a tip gets a little dirty, I cut it off. And I use just barely any water at all on here. So I can just feel it. I've already put a little water on here. I have squeezed it to get the excess water off. It's just barely damp. So let me go ahead and show you what this will do for your album covers. So like I said, I'm using one of these Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. It is barely damp. You can see there's quite a bit of ring wear right through here. So I'm just going to take this corner and gently wipe on here. I always test a little bit to see if it will remove it, and it looks very promising. It looks like it is starting to take it off. So I am going to, I'm just going to show this so you can see it real carefully, the dirt. So now I'm going to go ahead and use this magic eraser. You can see it's really dirty through here too. And you can see the dirt coming off. As you can see, I'm getting a really good result here. It's really taking off that ring wear and dirt. Okay, and so it's really coming along, and it's looking really good. This gives you a really good idea of how well it worked. It took a lot of that off of here. I am going to attempt to clean off this initial, but the ink pen, but I'm not going to force it. If it doesn't want to be removed, if it's really stubborn, I'm not going to push. But look, I'm having really good luck here. And this is, you just never know. I just give this a little bit of a try. And as you can see, it did take quite a bit of that off there. And if I want to work on it a little bit more, I probably can. There are some other products that can be used, but I just like using this magic eraser. I feel like it's the safest product. But if I want to work on that ink spot a little bit more, I can. But I'm really happy. It took most of it off. And now I'm left with a really good, clean looking record. I'm going to attempt to clean this here at the top. But to me, this looks more like aging, like yellow aging. There's not a lot you can do about that, at least that I know of. And so I'm going to try to go over this a little bit too. But for the most part, I think this front cover is probably going to look as good as it can. I have shown you how I deep clean my vinyl records using the vinyl vac, and also how I touch up the album covers using the magic eraser. They have had ample time to dry, and now it's time to put them in the inner and outer sleeves. And let me show you the record first. It looks beautiful, very clean. I'm sure it's going to sound wonderful. And I am going to go ahead and put it in its inner sleeve. This particular one I'm showing is from Vinyl Storage Solutions. I really do love that product. I love the outer sleeves as well. And right now, these inner sleeves are a little hard to get. They're back ordered in a lot of places. So if you see some, stock up on them. They're wonderful. And I highly recommend using these over any other sleeves. You know, if you can afford to take your records out of those paper sleeves, I highly recommend it, because even after you clean these records, if you put them back in paper sleeves, eventually they're going to get lint. And also they leave surface marks that can hurt your records or just make them look less attractive. So I highly recommend these inner sleeves. Again, these are the ones that I have ordered from Vinyl Storage Solutions. I also sometimes use these Mobile Fidelity original master sleeves. They're really great and do a wonderful job as well. And when they're not back ordered, you can easily find them on Amazon. Record stores sell them. That's where I tend to buy mine, is at a local record store. So I really like the Vinyl Storage Solutions brand as well as the Mobile Fidelity brand. And now I'll show you this album cover. It's had time to dry. And it looks pretty good. It got a lot of that dirt off. Working with a white album has major advantages. When it comes to colored albums, it's a little bit harder. Getting white ring wear off of a black album is a totally different story. But you know, I think this looks really good, and it's ready to be put in the outer sleeve. And let me show you the outer sleeve that I used, because out of all the questions that I get and comments on my vinyl channel, here's the biggest one of all. First off, they tell me how great my records look, and also, what outer sleeves do you use? Because it does make a difference. And again, I use Vinyl Storage Solutions. It is a company out of Canada, but you can easily order them from and have them delivered to the United States free shipping for me when I order enough of them at a certain price. I think these are just fabulous. And I personally recommend getting the 4 mil thickness. I personally like 4 a lot better than the other choices. So I get the 4 mil thick, and I like the kind that have the flaps that you tuck in. I have had in the past the kind that, you know, has a sticker and adhesive. Those are fine too. But for me, I just like having the flap. It just gives me easier access to pulling a record in and out when I want to. So let me go ahead and put this record in the outer sleeve. So I took this tuck and I've tucked it in, and it stays in place because this 4 mil thickness is heavy enough, it will hold it in place. And then there is that flap at the top too that I just tuck in as well. And this is just a personal preference of mine. You can do whatever you want. The choice is yours. I personally like putting my record in this pocket. I get one that's called a dual pocket. So 4 mil thick dual pocket with tuckable flaps. That is what I like to use. Let me grab the record here. I find that if I put the record on the outside instead of the in, it prevents me from having to handle the album covers, keeping them as clean and in good a condition as possible. I've also been told that keeping your records on the outside prevents ring wear, and I'm not 100% sure about that because I just haven't ran into it happening either way. But that's what I do. That's how I keep my records looking really good. And as you can see, this looks very nice now. It's very clean looking. And I just think this outer sleeve is really, it kind of makes like what I would call if you got a record that's a B, it kind of moves it up to a B plus if you're grading it. I just think it really does help the looks of the record. Now, like I said on a little bit earlier in the video, if I had a really expensive record or a super rare record, I would either leave it as it is. I probably wouldn't mess with the album cover. I would go ahead and wet clean the vinyl. But probably when it comes to the outer cover, I probably would leave it alone. But there are professionals that do clean album covers, and they can do what I would call even a deeper clean using an expensive ultrasonic cleaning machine. I'm going to give you a name of a brand new channel that's out here called Audiophile Archive and Grading Services. A really nice guy named Andrew is making videos. He's showing how he professionally cleans records. It's really interesting to watch. And he's a vinyl lover, so he does other videos as well. He's a brand new channel. I will leave the link below to his channel. I highly recommend you giving him a sub, checking out some of his videos. Maybe he will be able to do some work for you. If I get an expensive record that I don't trust myself to clean, that's what I would do. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe. If you have any questions about the products, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.